Welcome to It's All Fine and Danjee, where we talk about community, health, culture, and all of the big and little things that make life good. Here are your hosts, Dan and Angie.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 90 of the It's All Fine and Danjee podcast. We are so happy to have you joining us today. And it is Christmas time. It is December.
Yes, it is. It's a countdown.
It is a countdown. And it is definitely a month of giving where people are feeling more generous and having that giving spirit. And so we love to really focus on those in our community that are really helping to do this to the next level and helping those that are less fortunate. So today we would like to welcome these ladies, these beautiful ladies from Geneva Blessings. We are joined today by Miss Jessica, Miss Erin, and Miss Leslie. And ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. And let's
thank you.
Let's get right into it. We would love to hear how Geneva Blessings came to be.
So for a couple of years, we worked just us doing it with no nonprofit, no anything, just kind of going on a whim.
Like a grassroots type charity that you were doing.
Yes. Where I worked with my church more, and then it grew into Geneva Blessings.
So when did we become a nonprofit? And were the other ladies, Leslie and Erin, were you guys involved in this? How did you each get involved with Geneva Blessings?
Well, I guess I basically got involved when Erin had kind of partnered with Jessica, I think, at that point too. But we all went to church together, we worked with the kids, and I said, hey, I think that's a great idea. Can I help? And so we just kind of started collecting boxes, and then I just helped in whatever way I could. I just do what they tell me to do. That's what I do. I say, just tell me what you need me to do, and I'll do it. But I will say one of the things that I've enjoyed, and just I'm so impressed with these two, because you know how you spend time with someone in an organization and you're like, okay, what did we accomplish? When you spend time with these two, you walk away, you know exactly what you've accomplished, and you know exactly what you need to do. And they're workers, and they truly just have a heart for the kids in the community. So I just like helping them, and I just enjoy them. And I hate to say I'm proud of them, because it sounds, but I'm proud of them because
that's a great thing to say.
They have younger ones. Erin has an older one she'll tell you about too, but that's also just a sweetheart, and you can see that from, just the way she raises her kids. But the point is that I just love them. So when you like people and you enjoy them and you believe in what they're doing, you just want to be a part of it. So I've just kind of said, hey, what can we do? And my husband's been great. He's just like, help them however you can. And so I just do whatever they tell me to do.
So your husband just does whatever he's told to, right?
Well, I don't want to say that, because he is he's got his own mind. Actually, all of our husbands have their own mind, but they are very supportive. And Jessica's husband is he is like man of the year during Christmas time, because he even plays Santa Claus sometimes. So he gets
how cool.
He needs major kudos too. And of course, Erin's husband pitches in. So anyways, it's everybody works hard, but they're very special. Yep.
And Erin, what about you? How did you and Jessica meet at church? Is that how you kind of synced up with this and wanted to get on board?
Well, the first year, Jessica and Jesse really did everything. That was the year that I was pregnant with my youngest. So it was a very crazy year. She was born December 21st. And then
my goodness.
That, I think Jessica and I really started the second year trying to get stuff ready, probably like April or May, right, Jessica? Maybe just getting ready.
2017.
We did a Christmas in July event. So that's really when we just started working on it all as a whole. And after the first Christmas, we just realized how much help she needed too. And that's kind of when we all came in together.
Yeah.
And you know what I love is that you went to the elementary by you didn't need any help, which is amazing. That means your community is very, being very generous and taking care of the needs. So, but you didn't give up on that and moved to another location and said, okay, what can we do for this community? So I really commend you for that, and to not letting it kind of deter you. You just said,
I was making phone calls, and we were going to find a place to help. But so when we got started, like as the nonprofit was 2018. We officially became a nonprofit. It took a long time. Very expensive. I did not know that it was that expensive to do.
Yeah. I was going to ask you to kind of chat about that, because a lot of people don't realize that you're already trying to ask so much from the community, and you know what I mean, to kind of chip in, and you kind of did this. How did you raise the money for that? How did that go about?
It was when we went to the lawyer's office. We were told it was like $800. Not bad. And I was like, so we can do that easy. The total was $2,000. Kind of sticker shock when we were in there, but we just felt led to do it. We're like, we're just gonna have to bite the bullet. So we just started putting it up. We didn't do a GoFundMe or anything like that. We just kind of shared it in our Facebook pages, Geneva page, things like that. And then we did a yard sale. We started asking people, hey, do you have stuff that you don't want? And the yard sale was fun. We did it at Leslie's house in Geneva. Lots of stuff, lots of people. But we raised the funds, and it was awesome. Great. Yeah, it was a labor of love. I will say that. But we all worked really hard, and it was just awesome to come together and have the community come together. Was great.
And if you were doing a yard sale, you were working your booty off. I know that for a fact.
Well, you know what else? I love about that too is that you really have. So you guys have gone out of your way to help a community, but you're having your community contribute to helping the community by doing the yard sale. So it's like perpetual giving. I love that.
And really, I love it because it was just all word of mouth. It seems like you told one person, they told another person. It wasn't this huge advertisement that, oh, hey, we're trying to become a nonprofit. It was just, we're going to do it no matter what, is kind of what you put in your heads. You knew that money was going to come somehow, right? To be able to make this a nonprofit. So you just took action, did your part, and it came. And I love that.
Yes, so we worked very hard.
So, you guys have told us you're a nonprofit and you just went through all that work to become one, or, initially you guys went through all the work to become one. I know one of your missions is for every kid to have a gift at Christmas. And I guess we met you at an event, which we'll talk a little bit about later on into the interview, but I'm curious what some of the other events that you guys have done to raise money for this cause as you've gone, because the one we met you at, you guys had gotten really creative. And again, we'll talk about that as we get further in the conversation. But I guess from initial concept on, how did you guys decide, okay, this is how we're going to raise money for this? You go through that kind of scenario, you find out what went well and what didn't, and then you either change it. Can you walk us through that process a little bit? It's very interesting to me.
Well, we haven't really done, that event was kind of separate. We were just there to help raise the money for that particular person. We really haven't done anything like that. I know when we did our yard sale, we did do raffle baskets because everybody loves those. And that's a good way to make money. So we did that. We also, Erin had a good idea for the envelopes. Erin or Leslie, one of you guys had that great idea. And so what it was they would buy an envelope and inside had like tickets for raffle tickets or like bucks for the yard sale. And people love that stuff. And so that was a good way to make it. But
it's like a little surprise. You know what I mean?
Yes. And everybody was awesome. And then the other thing is that we all have a lot of friends who have their own businesses. So that's something else that we do is like, hey, we'll promote you guys with our stuff. Could you do a donation? And that actually kind of went a lot farther than anything else that I can see. And the other thing is like my husband, we just actually had a good monetary donation come in, and he was just at this woman's house. He had only been there once, just happened to strike up a conversation talking about Geneva Blessings. And she wrote us a pretty big check just out of the kindness of her heart. So
wow. Yeah. That's like what we tell people is you never know who you're going to be talking to, right? So if you have something positive to share or something, a small business, or if you're a local musician or author, whatever it is that you may be doing, make sure you share it because you never know who you're going to be talking to. And that might be somebody who's been looking for a local charity to work with or local nonprofit, and they have, they're very blessed, right? And they want to pay that forward.
Yes.
And so you never know. And the other thing is how Leslie was just really shooting you guys praise and talking about how proud she is of you. I love that. That shows that you guys have a true friendship. But we also, as a podcast, this is why we like to look for small nonprofits, is because we like to help toot your horn. Because you don't go around doing it, because you're in it to help people. But you do need to be given some praise and some thanks for what you're doing in the community, because there's really, few people that step up to do things like this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that they're okay with giving, but
Right.
they can't take on the organization of doing something like this, or,
Yeah.
So we really do. We want to say that we are so thankful for all of you that are doing things like this in our community.
Indeed. And it's funny because we found this out to be true, but you guys all have families, you all have kids, you
Busy lives.
are very busy, arguably at least as busy as anyone else. No one else has any excuse not to. If you don't want to get involved and you don't want to help, then you don't. But it makes me feel like you don't have an excuse. If you really want to get in and help, you can do it. You can't say that your family or your life or something is causing you a reason not to. Your time will tell. What the old saying is, like something like, if you really want to know what's most important to you, look at where you spend your time and where you spend your money. So
That's
that's
exactly. And I have to add about Erin. I just wanted to add about her. So she had a little bitty baby when we were doing this,
right.
And we have pictures of her. Kinsley was attached to her in her little pouch right here, and she was working harder than you see her lifting turkeys. We have pictures of us and when Dixie loading up crazy amount of turkey dinners, toys, everything, and it's like she's tucked in her little pouch, and she worked so hard, baby in tow and everything, and she was going. So nothing stops us.
Go ahead, Erin.
I would say also all of the kids, all 7 of them between the 3 of us, if that's right. All of them really do enjoy helping. They all get really excited.
Yes,
I love it.
My older 2 are now in school, but because I have a 14, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Kensley is the only one still at home, so she gets really excited about going to deliver toys.
I love that.
Getting involved in the toys. But even the older 2 that are now in school get excited. Okay, when are you going to deliver the toys? When are you picking up the toys? It's a big deal for our whole families. They all really get involved.
Yeah, I love that you're instilling that in your kids. I think me and Dan talk a lot about my children are full grown adults. I have a grandchild, and we kind of regret that in our earlier years with our kids, we didn't do too much of teaching them to kind of be more involved in the community. It's something we learned later in life. So I think definitely that is something I am going to try to instill in my grandchild, is getting involved in that sense of giving and helping others. It's contagious, and it makes you feel good. So Dan always says it's kind of self-serving, because when you help others, it's a good feeling that you get.
It feels better than receiving. That's for sure. It does
feel better than receiving.
Much better to be on that end.
And to sort of add on to what you guys are doing and what Angie said is, again, my kids are teenagers and they're good kids and whatever, they think of others. But when you start at a young age like that, I think for all kids, it just becomes a way of how they think. It's not, for all of us, when we are introduced to a concept later in life, it's maybe more difficult to get on board if you kind of have the pattern. And so what I've noticed is parents that are teaching their kids from the beginning, especially at Christmas time, when it's all about toys and it's all about what's Santa going to bring me.
Yeah.
When you can get young kids to stop and think about that kid, or go help to feed the homeless, so you can see kids that don't have much, it changes the way their brain is wired about getting stuff. And we have friends with kids who, Kelly and Matt, they get, when their kid was younger, get so many toys, they would want to donate some of them that are still in the box. And, that's unheard of for some kids. So I love that you're doing that at a young age, and that I feel like it just makes the world a better place, especially by the time they become adults.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to talk too, because I noticed, Jessica, you said something about making dinners too. So it seems like you're doing a little more than just providing a toy for the kids to open on Christmas morning. Can you tell us a little more about how you're providing meals for the community?
Yes. So this year this will be our first year that we haven't done it because of COVID and all this craziness. The school said that food has been taken care of. People who weren't getting help are getting help now. So they said, don't worry about that
Oh,
this
great.
year.
Oh,
But
that is good.
we always do Christmas dinner. So we would get them a big turkey, and then with all the sides, the stuffing, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, a dessert to make, and it would all go into like this big goodie bag. And I think the most we've done is like 220
Oh,
that we've
great.
done and we split between the two, well, actually all 4 schools. So we actually help Stenstrom Elementary, Geneva Elementary, Pinewood Elementary, and Mims Elementary right now.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
wow.
great. So that's mainly where
So,
you're kind of
yes.
reaching out to the elementary schools and helping, or to the schools and finding out what families are in need from the schools, because the counselors and the teachers are usually very aware of what's going on,
Yes.
and so
Yep.
that you probably have a really good relationship with those who are in charge of that kind of stuff at the schools.
Yes. We work pretty close. There's Mims Elementary. Those 2 schools, the need is so high that they don't even have like an angel tree for them. It's just bring all the toys there, and the parents get to come like shop. And so they go through and pick out, and they can go for all their kids. If they're not in school, they're middle school, high school. So we do all ages. So when we collect, we say, hey, we're going all the way to high school. So older kids as well. Stenstrom and Geneva, it's a lower need because those are bigger communities. They have other outlets too that help. So I think this year maybe 15 families at Stenstrom, and maybe just like a couple in Geneva that we're helping. But every year is different. Sometimes we have way
Okay.
more at those schools as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. I love how you said that, because we brought this out that COVID has done, some crazy things. It's been a crazy year, right? But we think
Yes.
how we feel is that it's really brought out like the giving spirit in people, because excuse me, we have found that there's a lot of places like that just they're seeing like an overwhelming amount of donations coming in. So we love that you've noticed that about the school, that they're not as in need as they used to be. But like you said, it changes from year to year.
Yeah, every year is different. And I will say I think we all were very worried about how this was going to turn out with COVID. Nobody knew about jobs. What were jobs going to look like when we were thinking back in February to now? We don't know. We didn't know what was going to happen with our own lives and with our own things going on. So the construction company boomed. Everything started booming. It didn't go down. It went forward. So that was good. And we didn't get to do our July. We usually do Christmas in July. We do all the boxes that we put out at Christmas. Same thing. We have our normal people, and we would have them full. And so I was just telling Erin and Leslie, I'm like, man, I just don't see it. We store everything at my mom's house. My mom lives a street over. So she is so gracious to give me a room to keep everything in. And I'm like, man, I'm just not like seeing what we've seen in the past. And I was like, what's going on? I'm like, oh yeah, we didn't get to do anything in July because most places were still shut down.
Yeah.
But that's when, for us, God has made a way where these monetary donations are coming in, and it's overwhelming to me that it's all working out, and we're going to be able to help everyone that we said we would be able to help and more.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, I
that's
love that.
amazing. So monetary donations, so people, hear about you through word of mouth, send a donation to you. We always ask about sponsors too, because you have a lot of friends that you said own local businesses, and you probably set up the boxes there for like the toys to be donated. Of course, I saw that on your Facebook page that you have that. But are you do the businesses help to sponsor you in some way so that you have, because I know one of the things with most nonprofits, it's like Christmas time, yeah, great time, people give a lot. Then throughout the year and in the summer months, it kind of the funds aren't there
It's
as
like the
much as what
giving
we
season,
find.
yeah.
But do you have like a consistent source of where you can help people kind of throughout the year? Or do you mainly focus around this time of year?
It's more around the holidays, I would say. We do like to have funds in there just in case something happens, because we have people reach out with unfortunate events that we would help as well. So we do, it's mostly around Christmas time though.
We don't get a monthly, like no one gives us monthly, but they are pretty, we do have a couple every year that consistently give, companies and so forth. And then we have several places where boxes are at restaurants and so forth that are volunteer. And so most of those are toys itself, but sometimes they'll also give a check. Erin's the money lady that she kind of takes care of all of that stuff and keeps us all in check with that. So that's in July we do get a few, but like this year's been really crazy, so we haven't had the consistency. However, people have been coming out in droves to really help. That we just
love it.
So we are so wowed by that. So yeah,
that is great.
So I'm curious, how do people find you guys? Like if someone wants to make a monetary donation, how do they find you?
Facebook is
Through
normally.
Facebook?
Well, yeah, Facebook is what we have right now.
Yes. Right now, if you wanted to make a donation, you could contact us through Facebook. We have a bank account, and that's about the only way that we get donations. Somebody contacts us, and one of us go and pick it up. So that's generally how.
Okay, excellent.
How it works.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are using Facebook as their platform, kind of
as
now,
their website
instead of managing a website or doing any of that. I think so many people are using social media for that it's a good. It's free. And for a nonprofit, free is always good.
And for those of
like you're looking to cut those costs and spend it where it needs to be spent.
And for those of you that are listening or watching the YouTube video and you want to help Geneva Blessings, we'll put a link in the show notes or a link underneath the YouTube video, where you can just scroll down and click it to hop over to their Facebook page so you can make a donation too.
Yeah. And then so what's in store for the future, guys? Like, where do you see Geneva Blessings in the next year, in the next 2 years? Like, what kind of dreams have you written down on papers? What are the thoughts about where you want to take this? It's already grown so much.
It has. I think out of all of us, I think I'm the one, these two have to reel me in. I'm a go big, go home kind of girl.
Oh, I love that.
And sometimes my dreams, my aspirations get a little crazy, so they got to reel me in. But what I see is that we continue to grow, that we can do more schools. That's what we've been saying. We want to add more schools to the list. We can go, anywhere into Sanford. And because we do ask those, we get on the Osteen group. We don't do anything in Osteen yet. So it'd be great to go to the Osteen schools, Sanford schools, Lake Mary. I mean, sky's the limit for me. I'm kind of,
you're like all of Florida.
I could, like, I'm telling you, I have that kind of mentality. These two and my husband, they have to okay, girl, we got to come down a little bit. We're not ready for that big step.
So good, though. You got balance.
I love that we balance. Yes, they balance. We all balance each other out, but they do help balance me, because sometimes I'm like, I'll give everything. We'll just, anybody that needs it, I'll do it.
Oh, that's such a great giving spirit that you have. We love, like we said, we love that we have people like you guys in the community that are just willing to do that. It's quite amazing. So thank you for that.
And we were at the old Red Barn of Geneva for that particular event where you guys did the raffle baskets. But I'll say this, I think that's a brilliant idea to continue to raise money for Geneva Blessings, because we put in, I don't know, $25. We didn't win anything, but just looking at how creative the baskets were and the process, it was a lot more fun. Like, we would donate money anyway, but it was a lot more fun, even losing, just to see the cool things and maybe get them and see other people win them. So there's my 2 cents. I think that's a great idea for continuing to, maybe at different events, if you have those baskets set up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well you did with it, but I would imagine you did pretty well that day.
You guys did well with that, because Joellen told me.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Joe she's awesome. Yeah, we did so well for that family. That was super special to be able to help them.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, we were at the barn raiser event for Evangeline.
Those two were busy. Yeah, my mom. Yeah.
That was
Yeah, they kind of joined in. I kind of secretly got my parents in on Geneva Blessings. Didn't know they were joining until they were already in.
They're already hooked by that point.
Well, they're in deep. I mean,
well, obviously your mom's house is like the storehouse for everything.
Yes.
She probably has a big smile on her face about it all the time, though, knowing that her daughter is, kind of egging everybody else on to get involved, right? Because I bet you do, Jessica, don't you?
Yeah.
You're like, come on, come out and help us. Come on. Yeah.
One of my favorite things too is that, well, two things. One is that anytime there's help needed, normally I don't like to speak for Jessica and Erin. If I say, hey guys, can we help this person or whatever, I pretty much know in my mind they're going to be on board. And so this branching out this year, we also are helping Oviedo High School. They had some homeless students, and they just Jessica and Erin were like, let's do it. And we pulled together everything in like 5 days. So that's been really neat to see. And also we posted it on Facebook, and literally I had messages, boom, boom, people giving money for that. So that was exciting, but also I said, I can't speak for them, so I gotta wait, but I knew that they would be behind that, and they were.
That is great to know that.
Yes. Yes. And
so you guys are tapped into the right community for sure.
Yes. Oh yes. Everybody is, it takes a village truly, but
really.
And also what I love too is like when I helped the first year, they knew what they had going on, and I just kind of tell me what to do. We're unloading toys into the school, and Erin, like I said, the first year hers were so tiny, and then the next year hers are barely walking, and they're all dragging their toys, taking the toys in the boxes, and they never, Katie and Kenzie, Jessica's too, they're dragging, everything, and they never say, oh, well, why can't we keep this? Why, whatever. They're just so happy to give it. But also these parents get to come in and the moms get to come in. And so the first year they thought they were coming in just for a meal. And so they were picking up food. And Jessica said, no, you guys get to come over here and shop. And so they come in this room and it is huge. And we literally have like a Barbie section and bikes, and these parents are just crying because they get to pick it out for their kids, and they get to give it to their kids. And these kids have no idea where it came from. They don't need to. And that's what I love. They were like, they don't, Jessica wasn't there to say, oh, look, we gave these toys. The kids don't need to know anything about it. So that's my favorite part. I always tell everybody that's my favorite part. So the mom,
oh my gosh, just to be able to touch a parent like that who is stressing about how am I going to give my child a Christmas, and they get to go pick out the toys that their kids would like. I love that you guys are doing that for those parents to come in and be able to choose that stuff and do their Christmas shopping. That's just, it makes me want to cry right now. And I'm not even there to see it, but
so that's my favorite part. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, we want to make sure that we get the word out about what you're doing. And when next July comes up and you're doing like your Christmas in July, we definitely want you to reach out, remind us. We'll put it on our calendar so we kind of remember too, so that we can hopefully help to drive more donations your way to be able to help support the things that you're doing around the holidays. We appreciate it.
We really do. And we appreciate all of you guys for doing what you're doing with Geneva Blessings. And we wish you continued success. And as Angie said, please reach out to us anytime we can help you.
Thank you very much.
Anytime you need your horn tooted, that is what we are here for.
Well,
does that sound bad when I say that or something? Toot your horn. Does it sound bad?
No, it sounds great.
Oh, sure.
I guess, yeah.
I think it's fine. Kids would think that's very funny.
It's cute. Yes.
Kids would think that's very funny. You say toot to a kid and they're going to think it's funny.
This is true. This is true. I forget how they think.
Yes, they do.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you for taking some time out of your day to sit with us. And we are excited for the community to know about what you're doing and to see who we can get to help you a little more.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right,
thank
Erin.
you. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, Leslie. And We don't have Jessica on right now, but we will shoot her a little text to tell her thank you and goodbye.
Indeed. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you.
There she's popping in. Hold on, she's
there's
popping
Jessica.
in.
Let's wait for Jessica.
I'm
She moved to
Okay.
another
closer to
spot.
my internet, so maybe that's the
That
Oh,
problem.
might be
now
what
it's
it is.
perfect. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
Goodness.
they just dropped off.
Yeah,
but,
we just wrapped
okay.
up, but we wanted to say thank you so much, Jessica, and just please reach out and let us know any ways that we can help here from here
Awesome.
out into the future.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Thank
Enjoy
you.
your Sunday.
All
Have
right.
a
Bye,
great rest
guys.
of the day. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back. We hope you enjoyed that interview with Jessica, Leslie, and Erin with Geneva Blessings. So good to hear about what they're doing. We did have a few technical issues, as you may have heard. That's the joy
Life
of,
happens.
multiple people in video calls from different locations. So, thanks for bearing with us on a couple of those things. But,
I love that we can have, really the program that we have, we can have up to like how many people?
I think it's 10.
I would feel a little stressed out with 10 people, but it's like I said, it was like Hollywood Squares. It
Yeah.
reminded me of Hollywood Squares where you got like 4 people up on the screen.
It was interesting. And, they had to jump off and jump back on throughout. I think some of them may have been having Wi-Fi issues or whatever, but it was just so great to talk to them and to hear about what they're doing, taking their time and teaching their kids to help the community and really making a difference in these kids' lives. I love that.
I love how Leslie brought out that Jessica and Erin's kids were like dragging the toys to give to other kids when they were so little. They're barely walking.
I love that.
I love it.
It reminds me of our conversation with Ashley at IMPACKS because she was talking about how her little one does it too.
Yeah, they get excited to give a gift to a child they don't even know. So to create an excitement around that with the children not even knowing who they're giving it to, which is really fun though, because it's kind of like, it's like surprises. You know what I mean? Like it's the unknown, but you still get excited about it.
Yeah,
so I love that they're instilling that in their kids. And so it's the month of giving, but it is the month of shopping too. So we are still supporting our Shop Small events. And if you need some ugly sweaters for any upcoming Christmas parties or virtual events that you're doing, check no further than Embellish FX in Orlando, guys.
Yes, they're having that 40% off all their Christmas themed costumes, accessories, and apparel. So
that is right.
Great guys that own the place. And
Ben and Tim.
They're great, and their staff are great.
Oh, they're wonderful.
It's unlike a lot of the places you walk into where they can barely tell you what aisle something's on. Their staff will walk with you and show you what the cool thing is.
Show you how to use it.
It's just, everyone's into it. It's just great.
They are just wonderful. Yes, and we've got a bunch of backpacks we will be delivering tomorrow to IMPACKS.
Yes, we also want to give a big shout out to My Favorite Things. That's the name of the place. I always want to say that because they're like, what are your favorite things, Dan? But the company, My Favorite Things, they made a generous donation, and Angie ran around all day earlier today getting more backpacks and more stuff,
which was very fun.
Yeah.
So we're gonna at work tomorrow. We're going to pack all the backpacks, and then we are going to take those to Ashley. So
that's so great.
I'm excited for that. Too. And I want to give another shout out to Shabby Joe, our friend Joe Ellen.
Yeah, we mentioned her in the interview.
So Shabby Joe, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had this beautiful coffee hutch redone. She redoes furniture.
We need to get with her about a table.
Yeah, I think we thought we were going to do a table, but no, Joe, we're probably coming to you for the table. Sorry. I have big ambitions, but little time nowadays. That's what it is. But Joe Ellen is the one who put together the barn raiser event that we met the ladies from Geneva Blessings at.
I know. I love it.
So it's just this small
Keeps
world,
growing.
Right? So so they were doing the goodie baskets there, the raffle there. So we chatted about that a little bit. So shout out to Joellen too for teaching her kids to give during this time of year, because that's what they do.
Oh, you can totally tell. I mean, not just because we know her and we know about the events and everything, but just
as soon as she heard about IMPACKS,
she was on it, right? She's like, oh, I'm so interested in this kind of thing. And that's really the show this week, guys. We want to thank you for joining us. I am so excited that Christmas is coming. I know, some of you celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or the winter solstice or whatever it is you celebrate. For me, it is a family holiday. So whether it means it's you and your larger family, right now we're kind of isolating a little more. So it's really just going to be, the smaller group of us here at the house. But I am just so excited.
I know you get very excited
to
for
see
Christmas.
Everybody open their presents and just to have a great day.
My favorite part is other people opening their presents.
Too. It really is for me too. But we want to remind you that if you enjoyed this episode or you enjoy the show in general, please give us a rating. It really would help us. If you go out to Apple Podcasts, that's where most of our ratings are tracked, although you can do this on any podcast player. At Apple Podcasts, you can give us a rating, click the stars. If you want to write a review, it really helps us. And if you love the show, you can also subscribe there or on any of your favorite podcast players. You can also listen to the show on YouTube or directly from our website at fineanddanjee.com.
That's right, guys. And if you know a local grassroots charity or a nonprofit that you think would be a great fit for the show, give us a call at 407-490-3899, or you can shoot us an email at feedback@fineanddanjee.com. And also you can find us on all the social media, Fine and Danjee.
That is right. And that is it.
That's it. That is it for today, folks. Thank you so much. And have a wonderful rest of your week. And remember, at the end of each and every day, it's all fine and dandy. And remember, at the each and every,
keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.